Hello, this is Wicked Shrapnel, and I want to tell you the fastest and easiest way to level up in Battlefield Hardline, and that is with Hacker Mode. So, Hacker Mode might not be super exciting as like playing in the game, which I know a lot of people have said to play Hotwire as a mechanic and repair the car as someone's like driving around in circles in it, and you can get a lot of cash points that way, but there's some downsides to it as well. You're not going to be getting a lot of kills, but you'll probably be getting deaths because people will be blowing up your car, shooting you out of the car. You're going to have to redeploy, find another car, and with Hacker Mode, you're not deploying at all. You never have to redeploy. You're not dying at all. There's no possible way to die, but you can get some kills, even though it's only like one or two or so a game if you're lucky. And you earn a lot of XP. I think they gave Hacker Mode like an XP boost just because it's not super exciting and they're trying to encourage more people to do it. And this is a mode that I can do when I'm really not giving my full attention to the game. I have my PlayStation like across the room from my bed, so I might be watching a TV show and I could still play Hacker Mode, just kind of only half paying attention and get pretty good XP. So it's a way to level up when you're not really into playing, giving the game your full attention. But if you do give the game in Hacker Mode your full attention, you can get enormous amounts of XP. So I'll show you what I got in this game. It was like 17,000 cash for just the cash in game, and then there was a bunch of bonuses which jacked it up to over 20,000. So I'll show you at the end, but I want to go over like different things to do and what all the different stuff does and how to use it and deploy it. So first on the list is the Trojan, and the Trojan can be used for two different things, and the main thing that I use it for I mainly play in Conquest Large for Hacker Mode, and I deploy it on objectives, the points like A, B, C, D, and if you see your teammates capturing a point or an enemy trying to capture a point, if you deploy the Trojan on there, it's going to slow enemies down from capturing it, and it'll speed up your teammates from capturing it. And I've had it to where like the point would be like frozen, like the same amount of enemies as friendlies are on the flag, and they're kind of in a deadlock. And if you deploy your Trojan on it, it's going to give your team the advantage, and they're going to get the point. So you can influence the game pretty well and assist your teammates by using Hacker Mode. So that's the main one I look for, is deploying the Trojan on a point. That's going to help the team out the most. And my next primary thing that I focus on is the squad upgrades. Squad upgrades and fast deploy. You want to make sure those are going out as soon as possible, as soon as they're available, and you could quickly snap between the different squads by hitting down on the D-pad, and you'll just snap to the nearest squad, and then I just make sure the upgrades are going. So as soon as those are available, I deploy them, and you're going to get some points for that. And it's going to get your teammates out on the battlefield faster and back in the action, which is going to help your team out. And then the next thing, as far as GPS jamming and GPS spotting, a lot of times I'll put those on my squad just because they're most likely near enemies, and it's going to help them out the most if you can spot and jam near your squad mates. I might not do that much in this gameplay. This was a few days ago, but since then I've been doing that because you're more likely to spot enemies, and it's more likely to help them out than just putting a GPS spot somewhere where your teammates might not actually be, because even if they're spotted, there might not be anyone around to actually kill them. And if you spot near one of the squad leaders, then they will most likely see them and kill them, because you're going to get like 15 points for revealing enemies, and then another 25 points for if one of your teammates kills one of the people that you spotted. So let's see, next is backdoor, and that's going to let you hack like the cameras. There's different things. Cameras, there's gas, and then there's transformers. So the transformers, I've noticed, are the most likely to actually kill an enemy if they encounter it. And the gas can also kill enemies, but it's mostly just going to deter them. So I try to activate the gas around around points, like the objective points, and it's a pretty good deterrent for keeping enemies off the flag. Or not, it's really not a flag, it's a point. So the next we have Trace, and that is going to highlight, like, go over the whole battlefield. It'll highlight anyone that's on kill streaks on the enemy team. It'll put a little box around them, and then you can try to, like, you know, do GPS spots and GPS jam near that enemy that's doing well, and help your teammates see them and kill them. And I just try to run those whenever they're available. Next one is Overclock. Sometimes, especially early on when you first start hacking, a lot of your subroutines or your abilities are going to overheat as you rank up and get to, like, rank 5, which is the max rank for all the subroutines. They don't overheat as much, but they can overheat. So running Overclock is going to get your abilities or subroutines made available a lot faster. So if you have anything that's overheated, then you want to make sure you're running Overclock to get your abilities back as soon as possible. And next is Point of Interest. So if, like, there's a point that's being captured, you can highlight one of your squad mates, hit the Point of Interest button, then go to the objective, hit the Point of Interest, and it'll automatically in-game, like, show him where it wants, or you want him to go, and then they can, I guess, accept that. I haven't actually seen a hacker do it to me in-game to know exactly what it looks like, but they can accept it and say that they're going there, and then you're going to get points if they actually follow what you say, which I've found not many of them actually follow what you're saying in-game. So if you could try to make it point to an objective that's close to them as possible, where they're just like, yeah, I'm right here, so I might as well go over there and see what's going on, then that's probably going to help you out. The squad upgrades, that does the upgrades that you see in screen, where it'll say, you know, you can upgrade, like, extra ammo packs, or you hold down the right bumper button and you could select between, like, one of two things. So every time you give a squad upgrade, it's going to give them extra abilities in the game, like extra mags and stuff like that. And Fast Deploy just gets them out on the field. Another thing I didn't mention on Trojan, I don't think that there's another hacker going against me in this game, but if the enemy hacker hacks something like a camera, it is best to use the Trojan on anything that they have hacked before you use the back door. So use the Trojan before you go to the back door exploit, because when you deploy a Trojan on something the enemy has, it's going to automatically overheat 2 of his subroutines. So they're going to have to use Overclock and wait for that to regenerate until they get their subroutines back, and it's just random on which ones will get overheated. But it's going to slow the enemy hacker down from deploying all of his abilities, subroutines, if you use the Trojan on something that he already has hacked. So that's a good way to combat against the enemy hacker. Make sure you're using the Trojan on things that he has hacked. Now, I would mainly use it on points, like I just used the Trojan on that point, and it's going to slow the enemy down from capturing it. So that is the main thing that I always look to do. I always look at all the flags, see if anyone's taking anything, and drop a Trojan on there to either speed up my team or slow down their team. And then secondary, if nothing's really going on, no one's capturing any points, then I'll use the Trojan on something that the enemy has hacked. But if there's not a hacker on the enemy team, the main thing you're using your Trojan for is on the points, to speed up or slow down capturing points. So that is the main things. Just always keep an eye on the left-hand side, and as soon as something's available, try to get it deployed as fast as possible. And when you just start using hacker mode, things are going to be slow. You're going to be waiting for stuff to recharge for quite a while. So you have to play hacker mode quite a while, but once you get up to level 5, things are available much faster. You're going to be able to deploy a lot more subroutines throughout the game, which is in turn going to get you more cash or points in the game, and you could level up pretty damn fast, and it's really not hard to do. Once you figure out where you should be deploying each thing and how best to help out your teammates, it's pretty easy. So also you get those coins you see pop up, and like with GPS spotting and jamming, you deploy. Once you deploy that 15 times, you get a coin, which is worth an extra 100 points. After the game, you're gonna get all these extra bonuses from all the coins that you get in the game. So the more things that you can deploy during the game, the more coins you're gonna get, which is more cash that you're gonna get. So you should really be trying to deploy everything as soon as possible. You don't really want to have anything sitting over there on the left. The point of interest refreshes almost instantly, so unless it's overheated, you're going to be able to use that all the time. But I really don't even use it that much because people don't really follow it that much. So that's definitely probably the least useful subroutine in the game, but it's almost always available, so you can try to use it, and if they want to listen to you, it might work out, but I don't use it as much as all the others. And also some bonuses. Once you max out, there's different I forget what they call them. There's badges that you can get. You can unlock a gold boot knife. You can unlock a gold golf club. So you get some cool stuff if you max out the hacker abilities, and it's useful, once you're playing, even not in hacker mode. I got the gold boot knife, and it's pretty sweet. So that's another thing. I might make a video just announcing that, how to get the gold boot knife and the gold golf club, just to make people a little bit more interested in using the hacker mode. Because playing in game when there is a hacker there, it can help you out a lot. I've had hackers on my team when I'm in the game and having them spot stuff and having counter UAVs. They're not called counter UAVs. GPS spotting and jamming. It does help out your game while you're in game shooting people. So it's pretty good, and it helps you PTFO better by being able to capture the points if they're deploying those Trojans on the points. So that is the main thing. I did speed this gameplay up a little bit just because it was almost 20 minutes long, I think, without speeding it up. But hopefully you were able to follow it and try out hacker mode, use some of these tips, and let me know how your leveling goes. And like I said, I play this game mode a lot. It's my primary way of ranking up, but a lot of times I'll just be watching a TV show and just halfway looking, just making sure I'm deploying everything that's going by, making sure nothing's sitting there waiting to be deployed, and you can just cycle through them all real quick and deploy everything, and it's still going to help out your team, and you're going to level up really easily. So hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've used hacker mode and how it's worked out for you in leveling. So hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you later. Take it easy.
Okay.